Welcome into the Bearcat Coaches Show. With wrapping up the fall seasons over the last couple of weeks, we're starting to look ahead to the winter sports season here in Greenwood, South Carolina. I'm here with head women's basketball coach Stephanie Gilhausen. Stephanie, you guys have had two scrimmages so far against North Greenville and Clinton College. What did you see from your team in those games as we lead into the season starting this week?
Honestly, some of the things that we saw are things that I've been excited to see really since the start of preseason, and it's just our continual growth and understanding of the systems and everything, and our competitive nature. It's been fun with so many new players to see us learn from each other, learn how to be great teammates, and learn each other's strengths and weaknesses. So having a different opponent to go against was really, really good for us.
Who or what has stood out to you the most in the preseason?
It's interesting. It's really hard to pinpoint a who. Obviously our returners, Shea Rideout has had a really great preseason, and Jakaya Parker just brings a steadiness about her with the experience that she's had. And a player like Ty Freeman, who redshirted last season, she's really recovered well from that. And then obviously we've got some new ones that have had really great days. But the biggest thing that I've seen and have been excited about is our ability to come together as teammates. Like I said, just learning each other's games has been really fun.
So you come to Lander from Ashland, easily one of the most consistent Division II programs in the country. Mm-hmm. What will you take from your time with the Eagles and try taking it into your coaching job here at Lander?
I would say the biggest thing is culture. Ashland's culture is second to none, and my first intention is going to be to build that culture of trust, vulnerability, and love. And then obviously you got to bring in really great basketball players. And my goal is to bring in basketball players that want to play with other great basketball players. And that makes it really, really fun. There are a few basketball things that I'll obviously take away, but what I found is if you don't have a strong culture, it doesn't matter how great the players are.
So what can Bearcat fans expect from how you're going to run your style of play this year?
Hopefully, we're going to try and have a fun style of play. We want to push tempo and really, really create some havoc, but it's going to take some time for us to morph into that style that we ultimately want to get to. But I think it'll be really fun for the fans.
So you guys open your season this weekend, going right into the fire. You face a top 10 Carson Newman team. And then a Lenore Ryan team that knocked off a Division I foe in their exhibition game. What do you want to see this weekend in your team in their opening two games of the season?
Yeah, what a tough non-conference schedule we've got, especially this opening weekend. The biggest thing that I want to see is that competitive growth. We continue to compete harder and harder in practices and against our opponents, and that attention to detail against an experienced veteran group like Carson Newman is going to be a difference maker. And then going up against Lenore Ryan, who is quite frankly just as experienced, and they've got a couple good transfers coming in. It's going to be about the little things and paying attention to details. But I hope that I see us grow in that competitiveness, but be great teammates throughout it.
Coach, good luck this weekend. Can't wait to see you at home next Tuesday against Lincoln Memorial.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more of the Bearcat Coaches Show right after this.
As the holiday season rolls around, please consider supporting Lander University Athletics on Giving Tuesday, November 29th. With over 740 student athletes and 23 sports programs, Lander Athletics aims to build on the tradition of successes from the first 3 years of the Lander Athletics Giving Tuesday initiative that has raised around $250,000 to ensure Bearcat sports programs continue to thrive in the classroom, excel in competition, and develop tight community bonds in Greenwood, South Carolina. Each sports program has tailored their own goals for Giving Tuesday to address unique needs that they hope to fulfill in order to enhance the overall success of their program and to further Lander University Athletics' mission. Those interested in supporting Lander Athletics Giving Tuesday can visit landerbearcats.com for more information. Online donation pages will be available to accept gifts starting Tuesday, November 8th.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Coaches Show. I'm here with head wrestling coach R.C. LaHaye. Coach, preseason was a busy time for you guys. You guys ranked number 1 in the Super Region, 7th nationally according to the NWCA. As you guys, this is on your 4th season of competition. How does having this success early on, not only for Lander wrestling, but wrestling in the whole, in the state of South Carolina and in the Southeast?
It's meant a lot. It's meant a lot. We've got a lot of support here. We've had a great staff, some good athletes really help lay the foundation for us. we're really excited for what's coming forward.
You're coming off the season, trip to NCAAs in St. Louis last year. Zeph, first team All-American, first national champion in program history in year 3. How does having that success in year 3 accelerate the recruiting potential of student athletes that might consider coming to Lanier?
It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Last year with Zeph winning a national title, finishing in the top 15 of the country, and winning a conference championship, it really made Lander a desirable spot for a lot of transfers and incoming high school student athletes. So it helped a bunch. That when you add in our facility getting finished, it really allowed us to have a great spring and really bring in some good kids.
You guys wasted no time getting back into the swing of things. Traveled up to King yesterday and defeated the Tornado 34-9 after beaten by about, I think, 2 last year. How can you use that success early on and then building into the matches this week coming up with Emory, Henry, Southeastern, and Life coming up?
Yeah, I think the main thing is it's early. It's early. We're excited with the team we have and the potential here, but it's real early, and we just need to take it one day at a time.
Okay. And you guys got a busy schedule after that. You got Midwest Classics, prestigious, one of the most prestigious wrestling opens in the country. And then you have another edition of Carolina Clash with several top programs coming in. You're also set to battle in the national duels, which once again you're facing against a bunch of those top programs. How do those competitions improve your program and set you up for where you want to be in March?
Well, our goals here are to be one of the best teams in the country, not just the best team in the Southeast. And in order to do that, we got to get out and we got to wrestle the best teams in the country. So it's a challenging schedule, hands down the most challenging schedule we've put together. But we've got the team, the guys that are excited to embrace it.
Coach, good luck this coming week. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll be right back with the Bearcat Coaches Show right after this.
Thanks.
Break on the Lake offers a menu loaded with a wide range of delicious seafood and steaks, along with an amazing selection of handcrafted cocktails. From appetizers to soups and salads, Break on the Lake's food is served with an intimate space perfect for a cozy meal with family or a quiet date night. Whatever you're here for, you can always count on Break on the Lake for fresh seafood and a warm welcome from their team. Thanks to Sports Break and Break on the Lake, proud sponsors of Bearcat Athletics.
Back here on the Bearcat Coaches Show, here with head men's basketball coach Omar Watag. Coach, your team's coming off a season last year where they defeated 2 nationally ranked teams at home, lost to Flagler in the PB semifinals after defeating 3C Georgia College on the road in Milledgeville. How can you build off that success from last year, entering your 3rd season here in Greenwood?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that it's more about living in the now and where we are now. But that said, I do think a lot of our returners and our young guys can build off of the success from last year. We're the youngest team in the Peach Belt and one of the youngest teams in the Southeast region. And you need to have success to instill more and more buy-in. That said, I do think we had good buy-in last year. I think this year it's been amplified and bumped up to an nth degree. But you could feel it in the off season, the work that's been put in, and all the way through the preseason to the practice season now. The guys, seeing some good success last year is definitely beneficial. But I think the players in the program now are the returners and the newcomers, everyone together. They're all bought in, ready to go.
So you're talking about being the youngest team. You have Severin Turkers coming back from last year. What does it mean to have that veteran group of guys that come back that had that success, and now they can instill it onto the guys who are newcomers into this year?
I think each year has its own dynamic, to be honest, and it's a little bit of both. Because I almost feel as though that would imply that the newcomers needed that to be instilled, and I think we brought in a veteran group of newcomers for the most part, and I think they're all learning and bouncing off ideas, bouncing off energy off one another, newcomers and returners alike. It really does not feel, and it never felt like the new and the old. It really just felt like a group of guys that all are together for one common goal, and that goal being give everything you can every single day and doing your best on a daily basis. And the energy's been great from the old and from the new, and just I don't even look at it that way. And so they're all working together, working hard together, and being there for one another.
So you got a bunch of newcomers coming in as well. Good number of transfers from D1, D2, and the NII level. How does having those transfers come in with different experiences from different schools, how does it affect that team culture coming into this year?
I think ultimately, if you bring in the right type of human beings and they have the right character, that's what culture is. It's the people involved and who they are at their core as people, and off the court, on the court, but also their love for the game, the work they want to put in. All that is what builds a culture. And we have a group of guys across the board that work on their game, care for one another, and care about being their best selves. And so I think that's ultimately what's driving a successful preseason thus far. What's driven a successful preseason thus far.
So you guys start off the year with 2 South Carolina foes in Anderson and Southern Wesleyan. Outside of the first game of the year, not much film on them coming into this season. They also have, both of them have first-year head coaches. What challenges does that present, facing 2 teams with new head coaches at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, it presents its own set of challenges for sure. We're fortunate enough at least to see a little bit of Anderson as they had an exhibition match versus Sanford on Monday, and so we got a little bit of a feel for kind of what they're potentially going to do. It also doesn't hurt that one of our grad transfers, Jalen B, was at Furman, which is where Coach Jimmy Williams was, and see a lot of similarities with what Anderson is doing right now and what Furman did and always tried to do. And so that helps in regards to Anderson. But there's an element of surprise for sure that goes into playing foes that are somewhat of a blank canvas. There's no question about that.
So you guys were picked last year to finish 6th in the PBC, obviously finished in the top 4, making the semifinals, and then you were picked to finish tied for 3rd this year. Talk about the growth of the program, that Lander men's basketball is starting to earn the respect that they deserve in the Peach Belt Conference.
I think we have to go out and earn it right now, to be honest. It's just how I feel, and I hate to sound as though I'm deflecting or anything of nature. It's a poignant, and I think on the outside looking in, obviously it's a poignant question. On the outside looking in, there's an element of that. There's an element. Obviously, they wouldn't pick us tied for 3rd if they didn't think we're coming along strong. And that's all good and well. It's great, but ultimately the games have to be won or lost on the floor. And my focus right now is strictly on 4 p.m. today, and that's practice and being prepared for tomorrow. And it's just how we're a process-driven bunch, and that's what it's about. It's hard to look at expectations and look at outcomes and goals if you're you can't have the looking out the window mentality, because if you're looking out the window to the side of the window, you might not see what's right in front of you.
Okay, Anderson this Friday and then Southern Wesleyan this Saturday, both at home. Coach, good luck. We're excited to see what you guys do this year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching the Bearcat Coaches Show. We'll see you next time.